Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Inspired and Empowered Living TV show and podcast. We are live Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern on Talk 4 TV, W4WN.com, and my YouTube channel. And today we are going to continue where we left off. And we are going to be continuing to talk mind over money, financial, emotional mastery for financial success, part 5. And today we'll continue to delve in the relationship between emotions and financial decisions and explore how your thoughts, feelings, belief, and your subconscious mind shape your financial behaviors from spending to saving and investing to budgeting. Learn how to break free from financial stress, cultivate a healthier mindset, and simply gain a deeper understanding of your financial habits so that you can live an inspired and empowered life. Together, let's create a life you love. I'm your host, Nanci Deutsch, licensed clinical social worker, certified hypnotherapist, and intuitive breakthrough expert. I combine my counseling, coaching, and intuitive abilities to transform your life. And this show is not a replacement for therapy, for counseling, or for any kind of health or financial services. It is for educational purposes only. So we're going to continue where we left off, and that is all about how much your emotions affect your financial decisions. And we were talking a lot about emotions last week. And so, as I said, I am going to continue to share about the emotions that need to be released in order for you to have those financial breakthroughs that you long for. And I see that we have Allie in the house. Good morning, Allie. Welcome. So I am going to continue with the questions. And as always, you know I love your questions. So you can type them in and we will continue. So last week, Anastasia asks, why is fear mostly the first one that comes out? So this is my hypothesis. First of all, fear has been a really important emotion in the survival of us, the survival of our species. And we had fight, flight, or freeze because that stress response saved our lives back in caveman days. And it can still save your life if you're in immediate danger. But what happens is that in today's society, we attach certain things to the emotions of fear. Like money is a basic need in terms of being able to survive. And when you feel that you won't survive, the first reaction is fear, because it's an instinctual fear is instinctual. It happens automatically. But what happens is it becomes chronic. And a lot of people feel that they are in survival around money even when they're not. Now, there are plenty of people that are in survival, and the basic needs are food and shelter and water. But and of course, if you don't have those, then you are in survival. But many people feel like if they don't have enough money, they don't know they're going to make it. These are all survival feelings, and people will go into that around money. And so the first reaction is fear, because money is such an important part of our society that we just feel like, well, we need it. It's not only we feel it, we do need it. And so when we feel like we don't have it, that's when you'll go into the fear reaction. Now, what you need to ask yourself is, are you really in danger of losing your home, or losing, and not being able to eat? Or is there something, or is this an old pattern? You may be picking up ancestral patterns when there was famine and when there was poverty beyond what you have now. Or you may be picking up past lives. I talk about the subconscious mind. Now, also, many of our parents grew up during the Depression. And so they had that mindset of the scarcity, and that you might have had that passed on to you. So, what I want you to really look at, and this is really important, it's learning how to trust yourself, and how to trust the universe, that you will find a way and it will all work out. And it's continuing to work through those fears, continuing to work through all of those parts. Now, that's where your conscious, and I see your question came in, and that's where your conscious mind needs to come back, and be really present, and help you to really assess and to figure out what's next and where you need to go, or what you need to do. And your subconscious mind is that part of you, not only the past lives or the ancestral, but every moment that you have been alive, your subconscious mind has picked up everything. And so a lot of what you may be feeling is coming from those old past beliefs and emotions. So, and I see that we do have a question from Allie, and I will definitely get to your question, Allie. Okay. So Allie asks, what if you are living paycheck to paycheck? How do you get past the fear? So if you're living paycheck to paycheck, the most important thing is to keep working underneath. It's to keep working on the subconscious patterns from this lifetime and from other lifetimes that keep you in that fear pattern. And what I also want to support you, first of all, working and praying is really important, and asking, turning fear and worry into prayers, and asking your soul, your higher self, asking your guides and your angels to guide you to the next step, to support you in knowing the right action. Now, I know when you're in fear, it's hard to know what the next right action is. So what's going to be important is to work on clearing that energy of fear, and know that every time you clear that energy, it gets a little bit lighter and lighter and lighter. And so know that the universe has got your back, and that somehow, some way, this too shall pass. And it's really important to work on continuing to clear the fear, anything that's coming up, and then continue to work on the prayer, continuing to clear the limiting beliefs that keep you in the same patterns. Remember, those patterns are coming up for clearing so that you can shift and move to the next levels of where you're meant to be. So that, hopefully that answered your question about fear. And if you have any other questions or anything else you'd like to ask about it, definitely let me know. Okay, so last week we had Charles, who asked, why do they get stuck for so long with us at times? So, for example, fear or anger or frustration, why do these emotions get stuck with us for so long? And the reason why they get stuck is because if you're repeating the same patterns from your childhood or from your ancestors or from past lives, those patterns will continue to bring up the same fears, the same emotions again and again and again. And they get stuck because they need to be healed and cleared. And remember, I talked about two types of clearing. I talk about clearing for the day, and then there's the deeper clearing. And the deeper clearing are getting at those stuck patterns, those limiting beliefs and the emotions where you keep cycling around. And I want you to know is that it is trauma from this lifetime or from other lifetimes or ancestors that keep replaying those old patterns. So what's most important, and you feel stuck because you keep replaying those old patterns. So what's most important is to work on those deeper levels, the deeper levels of the fear and of the anxiety and the anger or frustration that keeps unfolding. And you can ask yourself, you can even ask, and you can journal what is going on, so that you can, like, what is it that I need to clear right now in order for me to shift this stuck pattern? So that's what I would support you in doing. So essentially, those stuck patterns are the patterns that keep replaying that need to be healed and cleared. So hopefully, if Charles, you're here, that answered your question. If not, ask whatever you need to. Anastasia said, should people do an emotional detox? And I know, Misty, I see that you did bring a question in, so I'll get to it shortly. So should people do an emotional detox? If you're feeling that you need to do an emotional detox, go for it. And basically, an emotional detox is just letting out those emotions. Just keep letting them out. Allow yourself to express, to feel, and release. So go for it if you feel you need an emotional detox. And the most important thing is that you keep breathing and breathe through it. Whatever's going on for you, whether it's the fear or the anger or the frustration, Breath helps to move the emotions through your body. So important. And Misty asks, almost like a detox for the soul. When you are moving through those feelings, especially if the feelings are not only from this lifetime, but the emotions are from other lifetimes and your ancestors, yes, it is a detox for the soul. And you're so very grateful and happy that you're doing it. So keep going. Keep going. And then Country Corners Gazette says, what happens when emotions get stuck and don't want to move on? See, the most important thing is, and this is like the other question, when you're in a pattern where it feels repetitive, like, why am I in this pattern again? What's happening? Why am I in this situation? The most important question is, what is this showing me? What is it that I need to heal? Ask yourself those questions. What is it I need to heal in order for me to move through this pattern? So it's really important. And then to be able to get quiet enough to be able to experience or allow that emotion, the answer to come through, so then you can do something about it. So that's what I would support you in doing. Hopefully that will help. And again, if there are any other questions, let me know. So I know Misty put something out here. Let's see. So Misty says, take yourself out of the fear by knowing, even if you live check to check, that you know you have the ability to earn money no matter what. Okay. Thank you, Misty. She's actually supporting Allie. So thank you. Thank you both. So here's the thing. It's the bottom line is knowing, and it's what Misty said, is when you know, and this is something that's really important for all of you. And for you, Allie says, thank you, Misty. And it's all about knowing that you have within you, wherever you are in your life experience, your knowledge, everything that you have learned up until this time is actually knowledge and empowers you to be able to find a way. And when you have certain skills, know those skills are valuable and they can be your money maker. And you say, if you say to yourself, no, what do I have what skills do I have that somebody would want? You would be surprised. Let's say you're a really great cook. Maybe you need to start cooking, or maybe you have technical skills. Maybe you know how to do computer really well. Know that you have skills that other people don't have. And those skills can translate into money. So what I want to support all of you is knowing that you have gifts and you have talents that other people want. And those gifts and those talents are perhaps how God or the universe wants you to maybe start a business or make money. Now, of course, you need to do your due diligence and consult lawyers and accountants and other professionals in order to start a business, but and any legal matters. But know that anything, when you believe, anything is possible. Anything. And I'm going to share with you, there was a time in my life where I was so scared to even think about working with individuals and doing counseling in my own business. And then I took courses and I took trainings and I got the skills that I needed. And then I started getting referrals and the money started flowing. And I want you all to know that the money can flow. And also, you may have people in your life, they may need your services, or they may know other people that need your services. So definitely make sure that you're out there, you're letting people know about your business, or you're letting people know about what you do so that you can make sure that you are going to the next levels. So definitely want to support you in being able to know that you have what it takes, that you have the power within you to create the abundance that you desire, that you want. Really important. And so know if there are stuck emotions, those emotions are there to give you messages so that you can move forward. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes you're going to need, people come to me when they feel stuck. So if you're feeling stuck, you may need outside support besides yourself. Because sometimes when you're in the stuck place, you need support in moving the energy. So I will support you in looking for people and for help to shift you to the next levels. And no, it is possible. I really believe the challenges that you are having in your life are the adversity. The adversity is here to help you be able to overcome it so that you can then move to the next levels. All right. So let's continue on. So the benefits of emotional mastery. So what are the benefits? Well, what happens is when you start managing your emotions and you start feeling differently and you start catching yourself, because here's the thing. We talked about when you're feeling things coming up, we talked about you being able to have and to be able to thrive and know that you can do it. And what happens is as you start imagination is really important because when you imagine, you help create it. And when you believe, that will make the difference. So reduced financial stress, what happens is when you manage your emotions effectively, you are able to reduce your financial stress. And what happens is that lowers your anxiety. So this is the self-talk. Self-talk is going to be really important in managing your emotions. And it's positive self-talk, being able to positively affect yourself. So, and then what happens is improve financial decision making. Is that when you have more emotional mastery, you are able to improve and make more rational and informed financial choices. And what happens is then you have healthier financial habits. When you're coming from your conscious mind, the part of you that makes empowered decisions, you can then begin to get clarity one step at a time. And your confidence will continue to increase. And then you have long-term financial stability. And so what happens is the more that you are emotionally stabilized and you're able to come from the intuition, because that's really what this is about, your intuition, and letting your intuition guide you to more and more financial success. So when you're able to do that, you can then tune in to move towards the financial success that you desire. And what I also want to support you is I have a free masterclass coming up this Thursday, July 25th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Undervalued to Unstoppable, 3 keys to charge what you're worth and thrive. And during the masterclass, we are going to talk about how to embrace your worth so that you can gain the confidence to charge what you're worth. Then we'll talk about shifting your mindset. Success starts in the mind. Get ready to step in to a mindset of abundance and possibility. And then learn how to charge your clients and also confidently communicate what you're worth to clients. So go to inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. Again, inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. Okay. So thank you, Rebel. And then if you could just post the links, that would be great. So let's talk about more techniques for achieving emotional mastery in finances. First of all, you want to identify and challenge your limiting beliefs. So again, like I said, it's really important for you to tune in to what those limiting beliefs are. And once you have the limiting beliefs, then you can start doing something about it. And then the next thing is working on practicing mindfulness and meditation. So you want to incorporate mindfulness practices into your daily routines to help reduce your stress and improve your focus on financial goals and financial possibilities. And then you want to continue to develop your emotional intelligence. I can't emphasize this enough. It's being able to tune in and keep going and emphasize your emotional and work on your emotional intelligence. And we talked about emotional intelligence a few shows ago. So I just really support you to go back and check out those shows on emotional intelligence. And then you can use hypnosis and hypnotherapy. Whether if you go to somebody, they can help you. If you do it yourself and do self-hypnosis, once you discover the limiting beliefs, then you can start doing something about them. Again, you need to get to the deeper cause of what's going on. And finally, to continue to really practice stress management techniques, because the more that you practice those stress management techniques, the more you are able to then keep going and to be able to allow yourself to have and to be When you are in the calmer space, that's when your intuition comes through. And I really want you to know that your intuition can guide you every step of the way. But before you can tune into the next right action, and again, I say the next right action because your intuition can guide you, but it's really important for you to clear the limiting beliefs or the emotions that would get in the way of your intuition. So, going into and practicing mindfulness, calming yourself down, practicing calm, that positive self-talk. I cannot emphasize this enough with the positive self-talk and how important it is in order for you to help yourself, to calm yourself down. And I really want you to know that I believe in you, and I know that you are here to overcome any challenges that life throws at you so that you can live an inspired and empowered life. And so, if there are any questions, bring them in, and I'm going to see if there's any other questions. And if not, we're actually going to end a little early today. So let me know if there's any other questions or comments that wants to come in before we end. And we will be starting with a new topic next week. And we're going to have more inspired and empowered living, as always. And we look forward to continuing to support you in your journey, wherever you are. And so, definitely join us for more inspired and empowered living next Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern on Talk4TV, W4WN.com, my YouTube channel. And we are really excited. Remember, we're live Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern on Talk, like I said, and we're also on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, and Apple. So join us for more inspired and empowered living next week. And I wish you all an inspired and empowered day and an inspired and empowered week. Have a great one, everybody. Bye for now.